Alright, well today's video, if you watch the last video, you'll see that we separated this inner structure from the outer structure. This is for the door jamb. And all we used to do this was this little spot welding cutter tool. Now I drilled out all of these spot welds throughout this entire structure with just one side of this spot welder kit. Now I bought this from Harbor Freight, $4.49, very inexpensive, but it did over 200 welds. So I'm going to take you over here and I'm going to show you how this comes apart. Basically you have on the very back, put this one next to it, you have a little, and this is what you need, just a little standard screwdriver to undo the back end. Okay, and then here's your shaft right here, and then here's your spot weld cutter, and if you look you can see that there's cutters on both sides, so we're going to reverse it. And then you've got a spring, a check ball, and then you've got the pilot. Now the pilot is this piece right here. So I'm going to set you here on the tripod and I'm going to show you how to remove this piece, take it apart. All you need is a set of vice grips and a standard small flat screwdriver. And this is the bit that we're taking apart. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, so I've moved you over here to the table. So this is your little pilot, which is over here. So I've just kind of set this up so you can see the pattern and how this comes apart. And so basically this right here isn't going to come out because it has a little release valve there. So you got to take your standard little screwdriver, remove that, and I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to set it just like it came apart. Okay, and then just push this out. There's your spring, there's your pilot, there's your case. Alright, so the way it goes back together is just like the other one that I showed you. This is the system that it goes back together, and I'll show you how to put it back together. What you want to start with first is this, okay? Then you want to slide your, now we're going to rotate this because this is the side we cut on. So we're going to flip this over, okay? Just thread it down like that. Then you want to take your pilot, put your pilot in first. Then you want to take your ball, put it in, then the spring, then you want to put the lock nut. Now the lock nut, you just want to make sure that it's flush. It is spring loaded, so it's not real crucial, but what I find that works the best is just to make sure that that screw is flush and that when you push it down, it still has the spring loaded. See how it goes up and down? That's all you're looking for. So that's how you reverse this cutting blade. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't see any videos on YouTube, so I figured I'd put one together just for you guys so that when we are drilling out the spot welds on this inner structure, the outer structure, and also on this one, you know how to replace that blade. They're not very expensive. I mean, $5 for that blade for Harbor Freight to cut out over 200 spot welds. I mean, a lot of people have this stigmatism that Harbor Freight has cheap tools. Well, let me tell you something. They don't. Some of their stuff is really good, high quality stuff. Like I bought some clamps to, you know, pinch weld our skins back together. I bought some tools, bought some sockets, bought some more clamps. I got these things at Harbor Freight, which I'll show you on the video when we're ready to do the skin. These things are butt connector clamps. They're really cool. They're only 10 bucks. Little magnet holders to kind of hold panels together. So like all this stuff right here, I spent less than $50. And you know what? They guarantee all the hand tools. I highly suggest check out Harbor Freight. I mean, I've used their welder. They just got one of their 90 amp welders. It's been a great tool for us. Yeah, it burns a little hot, but you know, for the money, and I'm trying to teach you guys how to do things with your own dime, and sometimes it's really important to save a buck or two. So there are certain things you can't save money on. You know, the parts, the hinges, the suicide stuff, all that stuff's going to be high name brand quality. But when you're doing some of these automotive repairs, try to save a buck if you can, because you know, in this economy, there's no reason to spend more money if you don't need to. So anyway, that's today's video. Show you how to replace the spot welder cutting blade, you know, how you can rotate it, and please rate and subscribe. Thanks, bye.